Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to look at the Honeywell 360 surround heater. So with the pandemic, everyone's working from home, it's getting into winter time, and you might not be ready to turn on your full house heat, and you don't want to incur the bills of that because frankly you just want to take the nip out of the air. So within my office I use this 360 heater. So I think it's really kind of a nice little heater. It heats up my space really quickly, and so I have an office that's probably 15 by 12 or something like that, and it's got pretty high ceilings. And so I could put this right near my desk, and within an hour or so, it's a lot warmer in my office. So I use this instead of cranking up the heat just to make my office a little bit warmer. I use this instead. And I know typically people are worried about using space heaters because before they actually pulled a lot more power, and so your power bill will go way up, and you just didn't want to do that because you're like, I might as well turn up my house heater. If my power bill is going to be high or my whatever, I might as well heat my whole house a little bit more. But I used something from Current. Now this is an old model of it. They got newer ones. You know, I'll probably do an update and get some of the newer ones that are just outlets. They look like outlets. You can really replace your outlets with them. But what this does is it tells you how much the cost will be for running this. So I know I ran this space heater and I run it for about 4 or 5 hours. It really costs about 20 cents an hour, maybe 15 to 20 cents an hour for this to run. So for me, like 5 days a week, I run it for 2-3 hours just to take, get a little bit warmer in my office, and it doesn't really cost me anything hardly, so it might cost you 50, 60 cents or something like that, right? So I'd rather do that than worry about heating my whole house and what that cost is going to be. So that's what I use this to determine that. But also, if you look, there's a lot of online, you can look at Honeywell, it's HoneywellHeatSavings.com. You can look at that as well, and it'll probably tell you more specific details on other heaters as well. If you don't happen to want to get the 360 heater that's here, this is the HZ-0360 heater. I'll put a description below, and it's about 50 bucks if you get it on Amazon. Obviously Honeywell makes a lot of space heaters as well. And then Current is that, and basically, what it does is allows you to track how much something costs, if you run it through this thing within an app on your phone. So it allows you to track that. It gives you the 2 outlets from it. So if you basically put this in the bottom outlet, you have 2 that you can plug into. The nice thing about this is it allows you to shut it off from an app on your phone or turn it on or track things like that. So it's really nice. It kind of dubs as something you can turn on and off really easy. So we use it when we're leaving town, plug a lamp into it, turn it on and off, set schedules or things like that with it. But that's really the current system. So I'll give an update on those. But this space heater, if you're working from home, a lot of people are working remote right now. They're coming into winter time. It's a great investment for 50 bucks. Just do that. It's got a lot of safety features, so it doesn't get really hot to the touch. It gets warm, of course, but old space heaters, if you touched them, you'd almost burn yourself like a hot pan. This doesn't do that. It also has a tip technology, so if you tip it over, it shuts itself off. So because it doesn't have a hot touch, and if it tipped over on even carpeting, you're not going to burn your house down. It's warm, but it won't light a fire, and it shuts itself off. This particular one has 2 heat settings, so you can see it on here. It's got a fan setting as a fan, and then it's got low heat and a max heat, and then it has your temperature setting, and then it just lights up when it's being used, and it's really pretty quiet as well. So the nice thing about it is I can be on calls. Nobody's like, "What's blowing in the back?" You don't get that from this. It has a light hum to it, but it doesn't give you like a really loud noise where you can't get on calls, or it's just kind of annoying. So this is a really good investment for it, based on everyone working from home and all kids being at home, that sort of thing. I think this is probably a cheaper way of heating your space where you're at while you're working, and basically save some money while doing it. So that's it. The other thing too is, like I said, this is the old model of it, which actually you have to plug in, 3-prong plug to plug in. But they also make ones that are just a replacement for your outlets. So if you want to make it so it looks really nice, you can do that as well. So I will put a link to the description below for the space heater that we have. Take a look. Honeywell makes a whole bunch of them, but this one is the one that we bought, and I think it works really well. Obviously, this is not meant for like a bathroom space. Don't put it in a bathroom. Don't put it in a wet, damp area where you could get electrical shock. It's still an electrical thing, right? You're still plugging it in, so don't do anything like that. But besides that, it works really well in an office. It works really well in a kid's bedroom or something along those lines, and so this is a great investment for that. With current, this is the older model. I will get you an update of what that is. We also did a video on this, so take a look at this and you'll get more details on what current is. And then I will see if maybe current wants to give us some updates of some of their products, and I'll show you some videos on that as well. But that's it. Subscribe. Check the links below. Click on the links below to look at the products that we have here today. And we will see you next time. Give us a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks.